93% of the population believe that Ukraine is winning and can win the war. And by victory, we mean full restoration of territorial integrity and sovereignty of Ukraine.
You know, may I ask a question of my Ukrainian colleague here?
Please,
Yes,
Mr. Perry.
please.
There's a very good argument for not allowing aggression to yield any benefit. That's clear. And if Russian revanchism towards Ukraine were allowed to be profitable, that could obviously embolden China and Azerbaijan, even vis-a-vis Armenia, and plenty of other bad faith players on the world stage. So no argument there. But the internal borders of the Soviet Union were purposely organized for chaos, with a mixing of populations and, you know, Ukrainians in Moldova and Armenians in Azerbaijan and Russians in Ukraine. So I have to ask, would it not be perhaps practical for Ukraine to give up these territories in the same way that it might be practical for Israel to give up the West Bank? Different circumstances, but same idea. The rendering of a future where you might have demographic cohesion. Do you consider
So
this?
maybe Russian Federation should finally listen to indigenous people living at the territory of modern Russian Federation. I mean, Bashkortostan, Tatarstan, Yakutia, they also have the right for self.
No disagreement at all.
Every inch of Ukraine should be free from Russian occupiers. We cannot concede, give up any territory of Ukraine.
I understand that's the position, but of course diplomacy is the art of the possible. And I have to say, if Putin was a little bit less demonic and a little more clever, he might consider the option of, at this point, now that he controls Luhansk and Donetsk and Mariupol and other places, he might just declare victory, say his major goals have been achieved in eastern Ukraine, hold fake referendums showing the people there want to join Russia, which of course I know even the Russians, many of them don't, and move on. And I think at that point, the world, which fears the consequences of this conflict, and even Ukrainians who are talking tough now, but I mean they're not enjoying this war, might be willing to cut their losses and move on. And Russia, of course, would remain a pariah state, but the war would be over.
Freezing their achievements, so to speak. Yes, so well, it's so difficult to imagine where we will be 6 months from now and how the world will look like, but luckily for us, you will be around during the upcoming months to continue analyzing the current and future state of affairs. Mr. Dan Perry, Dr. Boris Morozov, and Hannah Hopko, thank you so very much for your time.